Hello and welcome to another edition of Will's Grill Shack. Today we're firing up this beast, the HammerForge. Don't forget guys, if you are new here, I have got an Instagram page where I post daily content and live cook-alongs. Should just be here. Head on over there and I'll see you there. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button to see more videos like this. So, SoCal Barbecue Shop, who's the main channel sponsor, has just started stocking this and they very kindly sent me it to do a few videos. And this thing looks absolutely amazing. It looks so incredibly built and really thick and solid. It nearly weighs 100 kilos and just lifting it onto the bench was hard enough. So for those of you that don't know about HammerForge, it's a Canadian brand and it's been imported over to the UK, and there's only a couple of these in the UK at the moment. Let's take a look around the outside of the grill and I'll show you some of the key features that you can see from the outside. So we've got these vents here, which are your main temperature control in the bottom of the grill. So if we open up the drawer, you can see here that this is where your bed of fire would go, and then you would control the vents accordingly, just like here. Now what they say is that you should shut, once the fire's going, shut this one off and shut this one off, and then control the temperature using this one. It's also got a very nice stack here, which you can also control the temperature with. They recommend keeping it all the way open, but I think that you could probably control the temperature better if you were sliding it like that. So here's the thermometer. It's in Fahrenheit, obviously because it's been imported over. They don't really do degrees in the US, but it's no worries, we can just convert. But really good quality, sturdy thermometer. I absolutely love this writing here. It's really cool. I think it really makes the grill stand out and it really makes it look like some sort of train. Another nice feature is that you can get a rotisserie for it, and there is the hole there for the rotisserie and the mount as well. And it comes through to the other side where you should be able to just mount it straight on there. Okay, so this is the grilling surfaces. There's two of them. They are thick steel, as you can see there, and they're a really good size. So removing the shelves, you can see that we've got this ash tray here. So if you were to do standard barbecuing, this is what you would use. You'd fill this with coal and you just grill as you normally would. Again, really thick material used, so the quality is absolutely everything with this grill, and it really does feel really good quality. Okay, so putting this back in, you could have a brisket up here, a full packer quite easily, and then you could put the other shelf in and have the water pan straight underneath. Loads and loads of room for that. So now let's talk about the offset. In here is where your bed of wood would go. So start off with some briquettes, which we're going to do in a minute, and then you would add the wood in, and then it would come up through here, through this little gap, and it would work like an offset and out into the chimney, just like so. For the people that don't have the space for an offset, this could be absolutely spot on for you. As I'm finding, it doesn't take up much room, it can sit on a tabletop, and it could be really good rather than having a massive offset here. Again, the thickness of the outside, really thick, good for keeping the heat in, which is what you're looking for when you're cooking with wood. Now this thing comes with as well a lifetime warranty, and there's no working parts in it, so you should have no issues at all. It's so well built that it will last forever. It will last your lifetime. It's one of those things that you could literally keep forever. So coming around the back, you can see again, really well built. Everything is just fits together perfectly, and it just looks so cool. See, what I'm doing as well is I'm going to have wood underneath, so they're keeping nice and toasty, so you don't get loads and loads of smoke when you chuck them on. So another handy feature is that you can fit the wood underneath that you're going to be using. I've chopped up some bits. Obviously the chamber's not massive, so the bits we're going to be using is this sort of size, and I've chopped these up, and we just got a mixture of oak and some silver birch as well. So I'm going to put you back onto the tripod, and then we're going to go and fire it up and do the seasoning process. So we've got a chimney starter full of glow Baltic briquettes, and we're just going to light those. Just going to let those heat up. Okay, so the briquettes are now in the bottom, so let's close the bottom drawer, and you can see straight away there's only one way for the smoke to come, and it's out through here, so it is working the way it should do. Okay, so we're going to chuck a couple of bits of wood on, just heating up there. close that back. So we're now up to smoking temperature. Lovely bit of smoke coming out of there. Just going to take you down here. See, we've got the fire going there, and hopefully you can hear the draw from the fire. It's really, really good. All those vents are shut, and yeah, we're just stabilising. So we're currently at 250. This vent here is just open like so. The rest of them are shut like it said, and I have gone with full stack open, and it's just holding that temperature absolutely perfectly. Put a few logs on, and it's really good so far. So we've just chucked another log in there, as you can see. Really good fire going, and temperature is rising nicely. Cracked open the other vent as well, and we're going to get it up to about 350 to 400 in between that, and we're going to put the grill grates in and start the seasoning. So we overshot slightly, as you can see here, just at the 450 mark. So we just closed this vent. It was fully open, we've just closed it down, and then that will just drop, and we're just going to sit it there at about 400. That's the thing with an offset, everything's bloody hot. We've now put those in, so we're just letting those nicely season away. See there, smoke still coming through there nicely. Good fire going. Looking good. So it's been sat at the 400 mark for about 20 minutes now, so I would have said it's all good. So we're just going to let this fire continue burning and burn out. So that was the seasoning process complete. Really happy with how well it holds the temperature. I wasn't sure how well it would hold the temperature, but it just shows that it's really thick and really good quality, and the fire seems to really last in there, which is really good. I think the vent control system on this is really good. There's no downside to that side of things. I think the way that you can adjust the temperature with those vents is really handy and really good, and it means that you can have such control over the temperature. As you saw, we had it stabilized on the smoking temperature, and it was really stabilized. We also had it on the grilling, so up at 400 Fahrenheit, and it held that absolutely perfectly. Obviously it does use more wood at that temperature, but still held it really well. I like the chimney. I think that's a good feature, and I think that having that all the way open is definitely what is needed. I don't think you can control the temperature too much with the stack if you close it. The general feel and quality of this is really good. You can tell that it's really well made, and for the money that this costs, it's actually really cheap. To actually get into offset smoking for under £1,000 is really, really cheap, and it's definitely worth looking at. I like the space inside the chamber. You can really fit some good sized meats in there. I am going to do a full packer 8 kilo brisket in here, and it will fit. I have tried and put it in here, and it does fit absolutely fine. So it shows you can fit a good selection of meat in here, probably every cut going really. I'd like to see what it's like with a 10 kilo brisket. I wonder how that would get on, but it's not often you do that, so absolutely spot on. The handles on the side are good for lifting it up. Obviously it does weigh nearly 100 kilos, so it isn't the easiest thing to lift, and I think I probably nearly gave myself a hernia putting it on this this table on my own, but it just shows that that means that it's really solid build, and they've used heavy gauge steel for it to make it more heavy duty, which is what you're looking for with an offset. I'm looking forward to doing a bit of grilling in it as well, just with charcoal. Obviously it doubles up as a charcoal grill as well, and putting that little basket in and filling it with lumpwood or briquettes I think will be really handy, just for, you know, a step away from the Kamado Joe, where you can just fire this up and grill some chicken on it, or do some wings or something like that. So that's all the positives. There is a couple of negatives with it, as everything, and it wouldn't be right for me not to point them out. The pull-out drawer is good. My only worry, and we'll find out when I start doing some cuts of meat, is that the fire below is going to get too hot, and if you have like a water tray in there or anything like that, you might find that it just boils the water in there, where it's could get so hot inside the chamber. I wonder if that might cause some temperature issues with when you're doing sort of long cooks and briskets and things like that. So it'll be interesting to see how we get on with that. The grills that are inside here, obviously I said that how thick they were. That's not necessarily a good thing, because They might take a little bit longer to heat up. Yes, they'll retain the heat, but where they're so thick, they'll take a long time to heat up. Could be a bit of a downer if you're wanting to fire it up fairly quickly. I think the chimney, as much as I like the design of it, I think it probably needs to be about double the size to really get the draw from the fire. If you had this, say, probably up here, I think it would be even better at temperature control than what it actually is at the moment. But that's really the only negatives that I've come across on my first fire up of it. I say over the next coming weeks, I'm going to be doing some different videos on this. Tomorrow I'm actually doing some beef short ribs, so that'll be interesting to see how they turn out on this. Obviously I'm used to pellet grills and Kamados, so it'd be really interesting to see what kind of woody bark you can get on the short ribs. I've also, as I said, got a brisket, and I'm going to do some actual grilling on it as well. So hopefully in the coming weeks I'll really show the versatility of this absolute beast. So SoCal Barbecue Shop have now got these on their website. I'll put the link in the description so you can go over there and check them out. I think there's only about 10 of them in the UK, so if you want one, you're probably gonna have to be pretty quick, because I don't think there's another container coming in for a little bit of time. So my advice, if you're interested in buying one of these, head over there and get it on order. So if you enjoyed this video, please hit that subscribe button, like the video, let me know if you're interested in ordering one of these in the comments below, and yeah, I'll see you next time for another edition of Will's Grill Shack.